Politics in Chicago are crazy, and even being blood related to someone don't mean you won't be ops. Lil Mister was a drill legend who was actually Lil Durk's cousin, but in 2019 he was allegedly killed by one of Durk's homies, and this is the tragic story of how it all went down. Lil Mister was raised on the south side of Chicago
Said 20 what?
and started repping homies, and this is the tragic story of how it all went down. Lil Mister was raised on the south side of Chicago and started repping the Wooga World set of the GDs when he hopped off the porch. Not much is known about his life before he jumped in the booth and helped kick off the drill wave, but according to people close to the situation, he got active in the trenches early and never really left. Mister was tight with a lot of GDs from a set called Brick Squad, including a rapper named Lil Jojo. Jojo knew Durk from back in the day, and they never really had any beef even though Durk repped the BDs. But that all changed when Durk dropped the track L's Anthem and raps, "You don't fuck with me, then fuck 'em. My own niggas, I don't trust 'em. Brick Squad, I say fuck 'em. We'll go world with 'em, so fuck 'em." Durk is from Lamron, and their issues with Brick Squad allegedly started over a fight at
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
a set called Brick Squad, including a rapper named Lil Jojo. Jojo knew Durk from back in
That mohawk is crazy. Back in the day, I ain't gonna lie, I used to have a mohawk just like this. I still feel like mohawks was crazy.
the day. They never really had any beef even though Durk repped the BDs. But that all changed when Durk dropped the track L's Anthem and raps, "You don't fuck with me, then fuck 'em. My own niggas, I don't trust 'em. Brick Squad, I say fuck 'em. We'll go world with 'em, so fuck 'em." Durk is from Lamron, and their issues with Brick Squad allegedly started over a fight at a local basketball court and escalated till people started dying on both sides. Jojo wasn't even rapping back then, but after he heard the track, he had to respond. Lamron was the BD set that Brick Squad had beef with, but Jojo took the disrespect to another level and dropped the track BDK 300K. He wasn't just taking shots at Durk and Lamron, instead he aired out every BD in the city and raps, "We stacking, bitch, so you know we cracking trays. Cracking trays? Yeah, bitch, we cracking trays. BDK, BDK, BDK. These niggas claim 300, but we BDK." Then he called Durk out
I
by
ain't gonna lie, that was the first diss song I ever heard on the radio. Like, that nigga, that was a straight hit. I don't know if it was a worldwide hit, but I know out here in Chicago, that in Illinois, fuck talking about the whole Illinois, that shit was a hit.
and said, "You ain't with the shits, so stop the fucking flexing. Fuck trying to wife a bitch, they out here stretching." Durk say fuck Brick Squad, so I can't wait to catch him. Squeeze his fucking 40, now they got him on a stretcher. Jojo took more shots on the track I Got That Sack and raps, "On the block with the guys, niggas know I keep that 30. Catch an op from the lamb, he gon' catch the whole 30. Man, these niggas, they be talking, they know they ain't about that life. A lot of guns, hella shells, nigga, I'll end your life." And on the straightway with STL, shout out FBG. "My nigga Rico doing hits, you can ask DOD. Niggas bitch clicking up, so it's fuck AMG. Durk a hoe calling phones, saying he don't want no beef. But fuck this rap, I ain't gon' talk, I'ma leave it in the streets." At the same time as homie Jojo was putting pressure on the ops, Lil Mister was popping off in the drill scene too. He dropped the track No Lackin' and ran up over 10 million views on YouTube with the video. And he took shots at his own cousin Durk when he released the track like he owned something and said, "Montana keep them guns like Osama. Big 30s knocking down llamas. Lil Durk don't diss again or you a fuckboy. I'ma keep this shit 100. You ain't with this shit, boy." Lil Mister and Jojo linked up in the booth for tracks like Episode and Have It All. Both of them were new to the game, but they was already putting a lot of pressure on the BDs. Jojo also took shots at Durk's homie Lil Reese on I Got That Sack and said, "Catch him in traffic with Lil Reese, man, they gon' feel this mat. BDK, that's my team, and my city got my back. Went to school with these niggas, but that don't mean shit. My nigga Tell knocked him out, you should've seen that shit." Then on September 4th, 2012, Lil Jojo spotted Lil Reese walking down the street and started yelling at him from his whip.
"Hey, Reese, you little bitch! Yeah! Fuck is wrong with you, hey, I am Brick Squad! Yeah, Brick Squad, boy, fuck is you talking about, boy? We up!"
Reese yelled back that he was gonna kill him.
And I'ma kill him! Hey, Jojo, I'ma kill him!
And just a few hours later, Lil Jojo will be found dead in the street. Jojo went home and posted a
Bro, merch that's how that shit happened. Bro, are you serious? So they called Lil Reese in his, I ain't gonna cap that car is raw there, but they caught him in his car. He said, "I'm gonna kill you." Then he ended up dead a couple hours later. Hold on, folks. Let me find out they getting active. Like, bro, they getting busy like that.
"My city got my back. Went to school with these niggas, but that don't mean shit. My nigga Tell knocked him out, you should've seen that shit." Then on September 4th, 2012, Lil Jojo spotted Lil Reese walking down the street and started yelling at him from his whip.
"Hey, Reese, you little bitch! Yeah! Fuck is wrong with you, boy? Hey, I am Brick squad, boy. Fuck is you talking about, boy? Over here.
Reese yelled back that he was gonna kill him.
And I'ma kill him. Hey, Jojo, I'ma kill him.
And just a few hours later, Lil Jojo will be found dead in the street. Jojo went home and posted a video online, and he spent the rest of the day sending shots at Reese on social media. Then around 7:30, he let everyone know exactly where he was at and tweeted, "Laugh my ass off. I'm on 069, stop the fucking flexing." Less than 2 hours.
See, that for a lot of people out there that be posting y'all location, dropping y'all low, even to the point where y'all say you go to Icebox or you go to a cheesecake factory or a mall or a popular ass place, and you put the location. Please save your shit and post it when you leave, please, or the next day, or if you out of town once you leave from out of town. Please don't post your shit right there. That's what people got your location, especially if you got clout. Especially if you got clout. I had to cut people off because they was doing shit like that. That shit hot. Yo ass. That's how people get gone, bro. A lot of people done got gone like that. And it's been happening a minute ago. I didn't know he did this shit.
After dropping his location, a shooter pulled up and left Jojo dead right where he said he'd be. Reese was brought in for questioning after Jojo died, but never got hit with the charge. Nobody knows who pulled the trigger that night, but Jojo's brother Swag De Niro hopped on Twitter a year later and said, "Even the ops know the motherfucker who took my bro ain't walking this earth no more. Fuck him too." Lil Jojo's death was a huge loss for the GDs, and Brick Squad changed their name to Jojo World to honor his legacy. Mister lost his
So one of the most important things for me with anything on the 2 bus is
Mister lost his homie, then he took another loss when he got locked up on a gun charge. He came home in 2016 and hopped back in the booth, but by that time, he already lost all the momentum he built off his early tracks and never ran up the same kind of numbers he did in 2012. He was still putting pressure on the ops though. One day, he saw Mimo 600 in the street and tried to chase him down. Mimo ended up crashing his whip trying to get away.
Hey, Mimo, you fast than a motherfucker, man. Joseph Colgan. Yo ass fast, boy.
Then he took off on foot because he claims Lil Mister and his homies had him outnumbered 4-1.
He said, "I ran from Lil Mister. Hell yeah, I ran. They was 4 deep in the car."
Mimo allegedly chased Lil Mister down one time too, but they never actually caught up to each other. Mister wasn't just crashing out on the ops though, and a video came out of him fighting his own homie Rico Reckless in a gas station. Rico and Mister was always tight, and Rico says when Mister featured him on the track "I Need a Flat," it was the first time he had his own music popping in the city. But according to Rico,
I love Lil Mister. Like, he's still my son. It's just he was drinking too much lean, Vlad. Oh my God.
Rico was in New York when Mister was dissing him, but the same day he got back to Chicago, they ran into each other at the gas station and started throwing hands. A lot of people clown both of them for the fight because of how bad their squabble was. But Rico said he was trying to slap Mister around a little bit because he still loves him and he ain't want to actually.
But I don't never hear that much talk about lean if it ain't no Chicago rap. I feel like Chicago artists and rappers that should do lean the most. Hell no. Because all the other rappers from the other states be dying off that shit. So, no, never mind. They just be doing that shit, though. They have to be doing that shit a lot in their early stages, then they stop. I feel like Chicago rappers, low-key, to be, like, almost the smartest ones, low-key. I ain't gonna lie. At least drug-wise and health-wise and you know, moving, the way they be moving, we be moving smarter than a lot of people. A lot of people be getting caught lacking and caught, like, doing all type of shit. Chicago artists, you don't really hear too much about all that.
Heard him.
Unless they go to a different state thinking it's sweet. And you gotta remember, ain't no state sweet. Every state got their trenches. So don't go to no state thinking your state good. Even Cali. Don't go to Cali thinking you straight. Nigga, you better be on your toes. They out there get grimy too.
After they threw down, it was all love between
Every
them.
state.
Durk and Lil Mister rep different sides of one of the most brutal gang wars in history, but Mister was still open to working with him. He told Zach TV back in 2017 that they were gonna link up, but it would just have to be at the right time. If Durk and Mister hopped on a track together, it would have put Mister right back in the spotlight, and he might even be on the same level as his cousin is right now. But unfortunately, it never happened. And instead, Lil Mister was murdered on the same block he repped his whole life. In March 2019, Mister was on the street when a shooter rolled through and shot him in the head. He was rushed to the University of Chicago Medical Center for treatment, but by the time he got there, it was too late, and Mister was tragically pronounced dead at just 24 years old. After it happened, Rico Reckless told DJ Vlad that Mister was way too famous to still be hanging out in the hood. No Lackin' was one of the first drill tracks to blow up, and it turned Mister into a Chicago star overnight. Making it in the rap game and leaving the streets behind is the dream for a lot of artists. But Rico says a lot of dudes think that if you're not on the block every day, then you're not real. It seems like Mister got caught up in the street mentality and didn't want to abandon the block, and unfortunately, it cost him his life. Mister was one of the most influential dudes in the city, and FBG Duck shouted him out on the track Chicago Legends and rapped, "You know I ain't ending this shit without talking about Lil Mister. I just be thinking, damn, lil bro, how the fuck you let them niggas get you? Boy, you started no lacking. Why the fuck you ain't have your pistol? I just want to send my condolences out to his mother and his sister. You 100 with me forever. You gon' always be official." Durk never really spoke on Lil Mister's death, but he allegedly rapped about him on the track Take Drugs and said, "And I ride for the street niggas before my blood cousin. And he was an op, but he was a motherfucker. Got birthed together, we was going to the doctors. Broken cribs together, we was stealing copper. I should've known you was a cop when we was playing cops and robbers. For example, you told my mama that I robbed a barber." Some people think Durk still had love for Lil Mister even though they rep different gangs, but Durk's homies ain't hesitate to clown him after he died. King Von previewed a track with Polo G called Phil Jackson where he took a shot at Lil
Oh, it makes sense now.
Mister and rapped, "Your main bitch, I probably hit her, and your homie sister. Even though that's folks' cousin, man, fuck Lil Mister." What's interesting about the situation though is that on the official release, Von's verse was changed and he ain't name dropped Lil Mister. On the official version, he raps, "Your main bitch, I probably hit her, and your homie sister. Even though that's folks' cousin, man, fuck your homie sister." It's not clear why the verse was changed or who made the call to get Mister's name taken off, but according to J Hood,
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? They did that shit after he died. If that nigga was alive, they know that shit would have came out. I wonder who changed it, cause they left everything else the same. They left every other song saying all that disrespectful ass shit, but that part that was about Durk Cuz, and they changed it though.
your homie sister. Even though that's folks' cousin, man, fuck your homie sister. It's not clear why the verse was changed or who made the call to get Mister's name taken.
Oh yeah, probably cause he was, but Polo G hopped on it while he was alive, so it's like, nigga, you know what the fuck you was doing. So you can't say they changed it cause Polo G didn't want that attention and he was gone.
But according to J Hood,
nigga, Von did kill Durk cousin.
There's no evidence to back the story up, but Von was definitely active before he was killed in 2020. The police have tied him to at least 3 different murder cases in Chicago, but there's no documents or anything linking Von to Lil Mister's death. Mimo 600 and Mister definitely had static, and rumors say his homie Just Blow 600 was the one who pulled the trigger. After Lil Mister's death, Mimo was on IG Live with Just Blow and told him,
"Don't wipe that nigga nose, Blow."
Fans in the comments asked about Mister's death, and Mimo told the fans they was the police and that he ain't know anything about the situation. Mister popped off when the drill scene was just starting, and at one point, it looked like he was really gonna make it out of the hood when Soulja Boy allegedly signed Lil Mister to his SODMG label in 2013. It's not clear what went down behind the scenes, but after Mister got out of prison, he started airing Soulja Boy out on social media for being a fraud and not actually signing him. Then he dropped a diss track called No Heart and raps, "Why these pussy niggas acting hard? Fuck a Soulja Boy, he foo-foo, he a fraud. Word around, he stealing niggas bops. These labels selling dreams to a star. Watch me crank that Glock and let it rock." There was rumors that Mister had finally signed a distribution deal with the label right before he died, but his ops caught him before he really had the chance to make it out of the city. He was famous in Chicago and all his ops knew where he stayed, but he never blew up in the industry like other drill legends and couldn't afford a mansion out in California or Atlanta like Keith and Durk. Instead, he stayed on the same block he came up on, and now he's another tragic story of a rapper who never made it out of their hometown.
That shit crazy. Y'all don't let y'all self be one of those, man.